Hi, this is Drew Erickson back again talking about money, not math, because I believe most people love money without realizing how often it doesn't work the same way as math. In addition, there's many reasons I could say that, but another one would be I believe everyone deserves to have the best information possible for them when it comes to their financial future and planning, not just generalized information that we should believe applies to all of us. So today I am reading an article online called "The One Big Reason I'm Planning to Claim Social Security at Age 62" by Christy Bieber, I believe, and it's on Fool.com, which is short for the Motley Fool. And I'm actually it's pretty short, so I'm just gonna actually read her words and then I'll react to it at the end. I think it's actually pretty valuable. Her opinion's pretty good on this one. So here it goes. She says close to half of all workers plan to delay retirement until after age 65, according to the Center for Retirement Research. This affects the amount people believe they need to save for their future, as well as the amount future retirees project they'll receive in Social Security benefits. I am not one of the workers planning to work after 65. In fact, when I make my plans for retirement, I do so assuming I'll leave work at 62 and claim Social Security benefits as soon as I can. Here's why. I'm not planning to retire at 62 because I can't wait to stop doing my job. In fact, I love my work and I hope to keep doing it well into my 70s or my 80s. Unfortunately, I've realized that life does not always go as planned. In fact, the Center for Retirement Research found close to 4 in 10 workers, so that's 40%, had to retire earlier than they had expected. Family issues, health problems, or lack of employment were just a few of the many reasons why workers ended up retiring early despite plans to work for many more years. Because I know I might have to stop work early to care for aging parents or deal with my own health issues, or because I might not be able to find anyone to hire me late in life, I am making plans for the worst case scenario. That scenario involves being forced out of the workforce in my early 60s and needing to claim Social Security benefits at 62 to supplement my savings. By planning for this outcome, I'm making sure I have based my retirement savings goals on having enough to live on if I get the lowest possible Social Security benefit, and my retirement savings need to sustain me for a long time. If it ends up that I can work for longer and wait to claim Social Security benefits, the extra monthly income I get, plus extra money I can save, will simply mean I can enjoy life more. Always plan for the worst case scenario when deciding how much to save for retirement. When it comes to retirement planning, it's always better to be safe than sorry. That means figuring out the amount you would need to have saved if you had to retire and start receiving reduced Social Security benefit at 62. Claiming at 62 rather than 67, her full retirement age, will mean a 30% reduction in her standard benefit. It means I'll need more savings to support me to take up the shortfall. If I didn't plan for this and instead anticipated working longer to get a bigger benefit, I could be in dire straits if unforeseen circumstances forced me out of the work sooner than expected. And the same is true for anyone making a retirement plan that hinges upon working well into your 60s or even into your 70s. By the time you get to retirement age and a problem arises, it will be difficult or impossible to course correct. After all, you can't find work or aren't healthy enough to do so and you have too little saved. There's not much you can do except a drastically lowered standard of living. You don't want to find yourself in the situation, and you won't if you've based your retirement savings goals on the assumptions you'll be retiring and claiming Social Security as soon as you become eligible. Now, I think this is a great point that she makes. When I first read the title, I was a little skeptical, I'll be honest, but I think it's actually a really good point. The main point she's saying is, and she says, always plan for the worst case scenario when deciding how much to save for retirement. I would flip that a little bit for myself personally. I like to say, plan for what you want to happen, but prepare for what could happen. All right, so she makes a great point with whether it's your own health or taking care of family or just losing your job or your work or just whatever the situation may be. Those are all factors that can dramatically and drastically affect your ability to retire the way you want to. But things also to consider with that are we making unfair assumptions? Okay, are we assuming or hoping that the stock market will grow more than is realistic or more than it does? Are we assuming that we're going to need less in retirement, even though from all accounts, I don't know why we would, outside of that just seems to be what people like to say. When in reality, I believe we spend just as, if not more money on when we're not working than we do when we are working. And when you're retired, every day is a weekend, right? Not to mention you have housing costs might go up, taxes might go up, Medicare costs statistically are almost guaranteed to go up because medical issues happen more often the older you get. So I guess the thing to consider here is, are you planning for what you hope happens, or are you preparing for what could happen? And if you aren't sure what all those different options are, I'd recommend, reaching out to someone that you trust and having a conversation to see if there are ways that you can add value to your current plan. All right, so overall, I think that the mindset that she uses is a really good one. I hope this conversation brought you value. Try to keep it short and sweet for you today. If you have questions or comments, please let me know. If you like this video, please like it, or even better yet, share it with a friend. And as always, I will convert this to podcast form as well. So if you prefer to listen, please check it out. It'll be on anchor.com, and I'll post it in many different places as well. So again, this is Drew Erickson talking about money, not math. Thank you for your time, and thanks for following along with the conversation today. Hope it brought you value. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And don't worry, for those of you who are like me and are Vikings fans, I know it's disappointing, but there's always next year, right? So have a great one and have a great week. Thanks. Bye.